Elijah, I can't do this anymore.
What are you talking about?
I'm tired.
Tired of what? Struggling?
Tired of hoping. Tired of waiting for things to get better.
Just give me more time. I'm trying. I'm doing everything I can.
I know.
Then don't leave.
Love isn't enough anymore.
Are you ready?
So that's it?
You're choosing him?
No. I'm choosing a life where I'm not afraid every day.
Maya never planned for life to feel this heavy so early. She was just trying to get through school and survive each day as it came. Then one stranger changed something small in her world. He didn't ask for her name. He simply stood beside her and said she shouldn't be alone in the rain. That small moment became the beginning of something she didn't expect, a connection she couldn't explain. Elijah wasn't rich, but he spoke like someone who refused to accept failure as his ending. And somehow, Maya believed him. Their life wasn't luxurious, but it was real, cheap meals, long conversations, and dreams they were still trying to understand. Maya didn't fall in love with money. She fell in love with possibility. The way he refused to give up, even when life gave him no reason to continue. With him, life wasn't perfect, but it felt peaceful. And for Maya, that peace slowly started feeling like love. And for a while, that was enough. Until reality slowly started reminding her that love alone doesn't stop life from getting harder. That day started like every other difficult day, quiet, heavy, and uncertain. Another bill had arrived, and there was nothing left to cover it. Elijah was trying, but Maya could see how tired he was becoming.
Elijah, you said things would be better by now.
I'm trying, Maya.
It wasn't anger that hurt her. It was disappointment slowly building inside her heart. Then something changed.
You
The
think I don't
tension
see
finally
it? You
broke.
think I'm not tired too?
Voices were raised
That's
for the
not what
first
I said.
time. Not because they stopped loving each other, but because pressure had become too heavy to hide. And then came the silence. The kind of silence that doesn't heal immediately. That night, they were in the same room, but no longer in the same emotional place. And for the first time, Maya asked herself a question she was afraid to answer. Is this how my life will always be? At first, love was enough. But slowly, life started asking questions love couldn't answer. Elijah was trying, but not everything he touched was working, and Maya could see it. Even simple things started becoming difficult. Food, transport, rent, everything required calculations. And slowly, Maya began seeing another life online, a life without struggle, a life without counting every step. Elijah still had dreams, big dreams, but Maya started listening differently, not with excitement anymore, but with fear, and loneliness started entering the relationship, even when they were still together. Then family voices joined the pressure, and suddenly, love was no longer just between two people. Maya didn't stop loving Elijah. She just started questioning the future they were building. And for the first time, fear entered her heart. Maya never expected her life to be compared to others until that night. That was when she saw him, not loudly, not aggressively, just calmly watching her. He didn't approach like someone trying to impress her. He approached like someone already certain of himself.
You look like someone carrying more weight than she should.
I'm fine.
For the first time in a long time, someone made life feel easy around her. Not loud comfort, not excitement, just peace. But at home, nothing had changed. Same struggle, same pressure, same uncertainty. And that was the moment it began. Not betrayal, not decision, but comparison. And comparison is where everything slowly starts to break. After that night, something inside Maya quietly changed. Not in action, but in thought. She still loved Elijah, but love started feeling heavier than before.
You're still there suffering with him? It's not like that.
Her family didn't see love. They saw struggle, and struggle looked like failure to them. Then another voice entered her life again. A different kind of calm, a different kind of option, and for the first time, Maya felt something dangerous, relief, without struggle. Even when she was still with Elijah, they were no longer living the same emotional reality. And that night, Maya asked herself a question she had been avoiding. What if love is not enough? The pressure didn't come all at once. It came slowly, conversation after conversation, warning after warning, until Maya could no longer ignore it.
Maya, love doesn't pay bills. Love doesn't build houses. What happens if 10 years pass and nothing changes?
Those words followed her home, and for the first time, she started imagining a future without Elijah, not because she wanted to, because she was afraid. Meanwhile, Elijah was still fighting, still planning, still believing, still talking about the future. A future Maya was slowly losing faith in.
Just give me a little more time. I know things are hard now, but they're going to get better.
And that was the hardest part, because she wanted to believe him. She truly did, but hope was starting to feel expensive. Then came the offer, not directly, not aggressively, just quietly, like certainty walking into a room.
You've spent so much time surviving. Don't you think you deserve peace?
That night, Maya cried harder than she had cried in years, because she finally understood the truth. No matter what she chose, someone was going to get hurt. And before sunrise, Maya made a decision that would change 3 lives forever. Elijah thought it was just another normal meeting. He had no idea Maya was about to change his life forever. The closer she got, the heavier her steps felt, because deep down, she already knew there was no going back. Neither of them spoke immediately. Sometimes, the hardest conversations announce themselves before words arrive.
Elijah, I'm tired.
Tired of what?
Tired of hope waiting. Tired of being afraid all the time.
Elijah understood. Not another man, not betrayal. Fear. Fear was taking her away. Then came the question neither of them wanted answered. Is there someone else? Maya couldn't answer properly, and Elijah finally understood what was really happening. You don't believe in me anymore. That sentence broke something inside Maya, because it was true. Not that she stopped loving him, she stopped believing time would be enough.
I'm sorry.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
And just like that, the woman Elijah planned his future around walked away. Neither of them knew it then, but this goodbye would haunt them for years. A few months later, Maya married Mr. Adekoya, and just like that, the life she had imagined for years suddenly became real. The mansion was bigger than anything she had ever lived in. Everything looked perfect. Everything felt expensive. Everything felt safe. For the first time in her life, she stopped checking price tags. There were vacations, luxury hotels, beautiful views, the kind of lifestyle she once only saw online. And people loved it. Friends admired her. Family praised her. Everyone believed she had won. Even her parents looked relieved, as if years of worrying had finally ended. And honestly, for a while, Maya was happy. Not pretending, not forcing it. Genuinely happy. Mr. Adekoya treated her well. He was attentive, generous, protective. Everything appeared exactly as promised. For the first time in years, she could breathe without worrying about tomorrow. And slowly, the pain of leaving Elijah started fading. But sometimes, the most dangerous problems don't arrive loudly. Sometimes, they arrive disguised as at first, it didn't feel like control. It felt like care. Too much care.
Where did you go today? And who were you with?
She told herself it was normal. A husband caring about his wife. That's what love looked like, right?
Where exactly are you going dressed like that?
But it was never a direct no. Just small pauses, small questions, small adjustments, and slowly, her freedom started shrinking without her even noticing. Send me a picture where you are. At first, she thought it was love, someone wanting to know she was safe. But slowly, it started feeling like surveillance. Even when she went out, her mind never really left home, because every moment had to be explained later. And that was when she realized something she couldn't explain yet. She wasn't being stopped. She was being managed. Months passed, and Maya began noticing something strange. She had everything she once wanted, yet she wasn't as happy as she expected. Even simple decisions no longer felt simple. Because before she chose anything, she found herself wondering what her husband would think. She still met friends occasionally, but something had changed. She was never fully present anymore.
When are you leaving?
I'm leaving soon.
Who is there with you?
Just a friend.
Didn't you answer immediately?
The conversations always sounded calm. That was what made them difficult to explain. There were no screams, no threats, just pressure, constant pressure. Eventually, she stopped accepting some invitations, not because she wasn't allowed, because it felt easier not to. And that was how it happened. Not in one day, not in one argument, piece by piece, until loneliness started living inside luxury. Sometimes she looked at old pictures of herself and quietly wondered where that version of her had gone. The woman in the mirror looked successful, looked admired, looked fortunate, but she didn't feel like herself anymore. And then one evening, something happened she never expected. She saw Elijah again, not in person, but on a screen, and the man she left behind was no longer the same man. At first, Maya thought she was seeing things. She replayed the video twice, then a third time, because the man on the screen looked familiar, very familiar. It was Elijah, the same Elijah people once doubted, the same Elijah she once loved, the same Elijah she left behind. But this wasn't the Elijah she remembered. Something had changed. The uncertainty was gone, the struggle was gone, the waiting was over, business success, industry recognition, financial freedom, everything he once promised had finally arrived. Suddenly, old conversations returned, words she once stopped believing, promises she once called unrealistic, dreams she once walked away from, and for the first time in years, Maya asked herself a question she never wanted to ask. What if he was right? Then fate did something cruel. It brought them into the same room again. For a moment, everything around them disappeared. Only memories remained.
Maya, it's been a long time.
Elijah, it has.
And what hurt most wasn't seeing Elijah successful. It was seeing him at peace. The man she once worried about no longer needed saving. And that night, for the first time since her wedding, Maya cried because of Elijah. Not because she missed the past, because she finally understood what she had lost. After seeing Elijah again, something changed. Not outside, inside. And no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't stop thinking about him. Not because she wanted him back. At least, that's what she kept telling herself. The memories returned one by one. His confidence, his determination, the way he refused to quit, even when everyone else doubted him. And for the first time, she stopped remembering the struggle and started remembering the peace. Meanwhile, the life she had chosen was becoming harder to ignore. The questions never stopped. The monitoring never stopped. The pressure never stopped.
You've been distracted lately. Is something wrong?
No, I'm fine.
She wanted to answer honestly, but how could she explain a feeling she barely understood herself? The more she learned about Elijah's life, the heavier her heart became. Not because he became rich, because he became everything he said he would become. That one evening would force her to face everything she had been running from. And suddenly, the mansion didn't feel as impressive anymore, because regret has a way of making luxury feel empty. The hardest part wasn't losing Elijah. The hardest part was realizing she might have lost herself too. Then a new invitation arrived, and Maya had no idea. The event was supposed to be another perfect night. Another photo, another smile, another reminder of how successful her life looked from the outside. Then Maya saw Elijah. Not the struggling young man she once knew, but the man he always promised he would become. And for a moment, she felt proud, then immediately guilty for feeling proud. But while everyone celebrated Elijah's success, another storm was quietly building. 3 missed calls. Just 3. That was all it took.
I've been calling you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear my phone.
You didn't hear it 3 times?
He wasn't shouting. That was the worst part. His voice stayed calm. His face stayed calm. But somehow, the humiliation felt louder than yelling. Across the room stood the man she left because life felt uncertain. Beside her sat the man she chose because life felt secure. And suddenly, nothing made sense anymore. That night, something inside Maya finally broke. Not her marriage, her illusion. For years, she had convinced herself she chose peace. But peace doesn't make you afraid to miss a phone call. Peace doesn't make you explain every movement. Peace doesn't make you feel smaller every day. And for the first time, Maya stopped asking herself whether she made the wrong choice. Instead, she asked a different question. How do I get my life back? The morning after the awards ceremony, Maya barely slept. Her body was home, but her mind was somewhere else. She kept replaying everything: the missed calls, the embarrassment, the fear, the exhaustion. And for the first time, instead of searching for answers from family, she searched for answers for herself. A week later, she sat in a room with a complete stranger. And somehow, it felt safer than speaking to people she knew.
Why are you here, Maya?
I don't know who I am anymore.
For nearly an hour, the words poured out. The constant checking, the questions, the pressure, the guilt, the loneliness, everything she had hidden for years. Then the counselor said something Maya would never forget.
Control and love are not the same thing.
Control and love are not the same thing. That sentence hit harder than she expected, because for years, she had confused protection with possession.
You deserve emotional safety too.
Thank you. I really needed to hear that.
For the first time in years, someone wasn't telling Maya what to do. Someone was simply reminding her that she mattered. And when she returned home, the mansion looked exactly the same. But Maya didn't. Because once a person finally sees the cage, they can never pretend it's freedom again. The counselor was right. Once Maya saw the cage, she could never pretend it was freedom again. For years, she had been trying to save the marriage, but nobody had asked a simple question. Who was saving Maya?
We need to talk.
What's wrong now?
I'm tired of explaining my life. I'm tired of feeling watched. I'm tired of feeling afraid of disappointing you.
Everything I've done was because I love you.
Love shouldn't feel like permission.
The first time she spoke honestly, not with anger, not with hatred, with truth. Soon the families became involved, and exactly as she expected. The criticism started. People saw the mansion, the cars, the money, but nobody felt the loneliness, nobody felt the pressure, nobody felt the fear. But Maya did, and she finally understood something. Luxury can replace comfort, but it can never replace peace. So she packed one suitcase and walked away, not toward Elijah, not toward another relationship, toward herself. She left with less money than she had in years, but more peace than she had felt in years. And without knowing it, life was preparing one final surprise. The months after leaving weren't easy. Healing never is. But for the first time in years, every decision Maya made belonged to her. Slowly, the woman she lost began returning, not all at once, piece by piece, day by day, for the first time in a long time. Her smile didn't feel borrowed, it was hers. Meanwhile, Elijah had become the man he always believed he could become. Not overnight, not by luck, but through years of persistence. Then, one evening, life did something neither of them expected. It crossed their paths again. Years earlier, that moment would have hurt. Now, it simply felt honest.
I spent years blaming myself. I thought leaving you was the biggest mistake of my life.
If you hadn't left, we wouldn't be the people we are today.
For years, she expected judgment. Instead, she found understanding. Weeks became months. Conversations became friendship. Friendship became trust. And trust became something familiar.
The first time we loved each other, we were trying to survive. Maybe this time we can simply live.
And for the first time, Maya wasn't choosing between love and security. She wasn't choosing between fear and hope. She was choosing with wisdom.
I love you.
I love you too.
Years earlier, Maya left the man she loved because she was afraid of poverty. Then she married wealth and discovered that money cannot buy peace. But life has a strange way of teaching its lessons. Sometimes it breaks your heart before it builds your wisdom, and sometimes it gives you a second chance. Not because the past can be changed, but because you've finally become ready for the future. Maya once thought she had to choose between love and security. In the end, she found both. And this time, she never let fear make the decision for her again.